Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Monona Grove High School as Monona Community Media and MGAV bring you tonight's coverage of Monona Grove girls basketball. Our cameramen this evening, Alex McCarthy, Rory Steffens, Aubrey Norris, Caitlin Geib, and Talia Litchfield. JJ Phelan and Gianna Hamill are our student directors. Nolan Shehak, our graphics specialist and statistician tonight. We are under the direction of Brennan Hekimovich and Will Nimmo. This is Parker Hagan. A big test lies ahead for the Silver Eagles tonight, as their opponent is non-conference foe and Big 8 member Verona. The Verona Wildcats currently sit as the number 10 ranked team in Wisconsin in Division 1, boasting a record of 20 wins and just 2 losses on the season thus far. The Wildcats are also undefeated in Big 8 conference play with a 17-0 conference record. They have locked up the Big 8 regular season conference title for the 24-25 season. Monona Grove entering tonight 11 wins, 9 losses, a 5-6 Badger Large conference play record. Correct that, I believe it's 5-8. 5-8, their conference record. They come off a dominant performance over the Watertown Goslings last Thursday, a 60-32 victory here at MG. Leading scorer, Verona number 44, Emily Jensen, leads everyone here, 13.7 points per contest. The rebound leader, Macy Stremlow, 6 boards a game for the Wildcats. Verona's also got 2 other players averaging in double digits. Number 22, Ali Jersa, number 11, Noelle Rawolf. For Monona Grove, it's Sydney Glynn and Addie Schmudlock still leading the charge in the scoring category, but performances from just those 2 are not going to be enough to beat Verona's impressive 64.4 points per game. We turn you now to our PA announcer, Mr. Willauer, to introduce our starting lineups. First, the Verona Wildcats, then your Monona Grove Silver Eagles.
With the expectations to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment of all in attendance, please let your good sportsmanship show during the game. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for head coach Lexi Richardson and her Wildcats from Verona. Number 10, Noelle Rowell. Number 11, Alexa Rocknow. Number 22, Ali Jersa. Number 23, Ellie Goodovich. And number 44, Emily Jensen. And now, Silver Eagle fans, on your feet. It's time to be starting line for your Monona Silver Eagles. A junior, number 2, Brittany Becker. A senior, number 4, Jay McGee. A sophomore, number 14, Daisy Whitty. A junior, number 21, Sydney Boyd. And a sophomore, number 23, Abby Schmudlock. The Silver Eagles are coached by James Walker.
For those of you interested, Verona's only 2 losses this season came to an out-of-state team in Illinois and a non-conference opponent, Brookfield East. But Verona's dominant performance so far this season may be the reason why they are a 4 seed in the Division I playoffs out of the 18 teams in their sectional. Cora Glynn, a typical starter, not out there tonight. She's on the injured list. Hopefully she can come back before the postseason run begins. These two teams last met on February 12, 2024. The Wildcats took it in Verona, 74-69. Verona in the black uniforms, orange trim. Monona Grove in white, Columbia blue down the sides of the uniforms. Toss and tap to Verona. We are underway, and the clock has not started. There it is. A missed 3-ball from Jensen. Offensive rebound, though, to the Wildcats. They have a second chance on their first possession. 3-ball, number 22, Ali Jersa, and she cashes in from the right wing to get the scoring started. You heard me mention it at the tail end of my opener. 64.4 points per game for Verona, as there's a takeaway on the defensive end for the Wildcats. Verona moving to our left, trying to push up the offensive production even further. Jersa drives in the paint, throws it up over 2 defenders, got bumped on the way up, and she'll go to the charity stripe. Opening minute, first half, 3-0 Verona, as they charge the foul to Schmudlock. First of 2 on the way and good for the junior Ali Jersa. One of the Wildcats' double-digit scores this season. She makes the second one, makes it 5-0 early on in this contest. Here's Danny Whitty in the front court, passes off to Sydney Glenn. Now Becker will open up Kaylin McQueenie. She drives right of the lane. Cuts and gives it off back to Whitty on the right wing. Now driving again is McQueenie, throws it to the corner, opens up Schmudlock, a 3-ball, halfway down and out, no good. Rebound on the floor, Schmudlock comes up with it. Now she stops left of the lane, has to kick it back out. Becker's there, gives to McQueenie near half court, gets it inside to Sydney Glenn. Glenn driving right of the lane, trying to back her way in, puts it up over a defender, left it too short, rebounded by the Wildcats. Going the other way, number 11, Noelle Rauwolf. She'll give it to the far side. Working with it is Jensen. She got doubled and lost it. Turnover Verona, and a foul on the floor, as I believe that was Schmudlock trying to get it in the front court. They're going to hit Rupp now, and that is the Wildcats' first personal. First team foul as well. Danielle Becker to inbound, just in the backcourt. Bounce pass into McQueenie. Minute and a half into this one, Verona leads it 5-0. Silver Eagles looking for their first score. Bounce pass from Schmudlock to Kaylin McQueenie, works around a screen. Now doubled, passes it in. Sydney Glenn goes up, might have drawn some contact, but no whistle. And the rebound goes to Gudovic for Verona. Wildcats into their front court. Now Jensen with it, drives a bit inside the arc, then kicks back out to Ruppnow. Ruppnow is promptly doubled. A 3-ball left wing is too strong from Noelle Rauwolf. Silver Eagles grab the loose change and head back the other way. Monona Grove moving to our right in the first half. Schmudlock grabs her own miss, has to kick it back out. Becker will find Glenn. Sydney Glenn working with the right hand, kicks back out. Becker's there. On the other side, McQueenie controls. McQueenie pivots, has to give it off. Now Whitty driving, has to kick to the near side, and slightly errant pass. It was a bounce for Addie Schmudlock, and it bounced on the baseline. We'll get a substitution early on as Michaela McQueenie, the sole freshman on this varsity squad, comes in to replace Addie Schmudlock. Wildcats going the other way after the turnover. 2.5 minutes into this one. Wildcats up 5-0, trying to extend their lead. And the ball's poked away. Rauwolf controls it back. Whitty with the defense. She gets it away. Ruppnow's there. Gets it back in. Now a 3-ball on the way from number 22, Ali Jersa. She hit it too strong, but an offensive rebound to Gudovic. Now Jensen gets it back into Gudovic, who spins around Glenn and missed the layup fadeaway jumper rather, off to the right. Rebound sent ahead. Danny Whitty off the glass and good. And Monona Grove breaks the ice about 3 minutes into this one. 14:55 remaining till the break. Verona 5, Monona Grove 2. Here's Ali Jersa in the front court. She lost the basketball. McQueenie had it for a second, but the Wildcats recover. Jensen gives it off to the near side. Rauwolf is there. And she'll give it to Gudovish, who's got it on the left wing, working against Sydney Glynn. Gudovish looks to drive, promptly doubled, bounces out. Now a kick from Rauwolf to Jensen. Gets it back out to Rauwolf, who's promptly closely guarded. Bounce pass in and taken away by Kaylin McQueenie. It was intended for Jensen. Monona Grove the other way. Glynn finds Whitty, who threw it off the bottom of the backboard. Bit too much momentum, and then going the other way, they'll get Kaylin McQueenie for a foul. Caught the arm, I believe, of Rauwolf. And the dead ball triggers a couple substitutions. They get number 2, Nady Ron, in there alongside, I believe that's number 1, Macy Stremlow. That is the case. Verona controls in their front court. With it is Ron, has it on the right wing. Now Jensen's got it. Kicks to the near wing, looking to get it in is Rauwolf. She's stuck there, finds a trailing Jensen, who got, correct that, finds a trailing Jersa, who got fouled going up. And McQueenie caught the arm of Jersa. She'll come out with her second. Just over 4 minutes gone by in this one. Verona a chance to get back to a 5-point game, rather. As first of 2 free throws is on the way and good. Jersa makes it 6-2 Verona, 13:58 remaining in the first half. As Bailey Nelson checks in for the Silver Eagles. Second free throw on the way. Jersa buries it, makes it 7-2. Inbound to McQueenie, Silver Eagles the other way. Now Whitty controls, was almost tipped. Glynn got it back to Whitty. Bounce pass into Bailey Nelson, has to kick it out. Becker open from 3, left wing, and she cashes in from the bonus sphere. Cuts it to a 2-point game, 7-5 Verona, 13:40 remaining in the first. Verona controlling in the backcourt. They're able to get it across, and Rauwolf throws it. Now a 3-ball from Ron is around and out, no good. Offensive rebound, and Stremlow drew the contact going up. That's already 4 fouls on the Silver Eagles, and they're going to get Glynn for her first. So MG quickly running out of fouls to give. And we're not even 5 minutes into this game. First of 2 is no good for Macy Stremlow. Schmudlock will check back in for Monona Grove. She replaces Sydney Glynn. Still 1 shot coming for Stremlow, the Wildcat. A freshman, first year on varsity. And her second free throw is good. 8-5 Wildcats with the lead. Monona Grove with the basketball. Just under 13.5 minutes to go till the break. Becker has to bounce it away to Michaela McQueenie. And a pass over the head of Bailey Nelson trying to avoid the 10-second violation. Verona picks it up. Now Ron with some open space able to bank it off the window and good. Verona back to a 5-point game, and now Ron gets in the way of Danny Whitty for her first personal foul. 13:06 remaining, and Whitty inbounds to Michaela McQueenie. The freshman will work it across the timeline. Got to watch that back foot. May have stepped on the line. As here's Becker just inside the perimeter. Michaela McQueenie will kick to Whitty. Now Becker controls right of the lane, looking to get rid of it, and she finds Nelson. Nelson on the wing finds McQueenie again. And that one's taken away. Becker wanted it. Instead, it's Rauwolf, who's got an easy path to the hoop. She lays it up and in. Verona leads it 12-5. And a timeout taken by Monona Grove coach Jalen Walker. And this will be a full timeout. Well, the WIAA just released the 2025 girls basketball playoff brackets this past Sunday. Monona Grove drew a number 4 seed in Division II Sectional 3, and what that means is they will host a second round game known as the regional semifinals. On Friday, February 28th, the MG Silver Eagles will host number 5 seed Delavan Darien. That tip-off is at 7 p.m. Friday, February 28th, and that is where the Silver Eagles' path to the Resch Center in Green Bay begins for this season's playoffs. MGAV will be covering that game next Friday. You can watch it on the Monona Community Media YouTube channel, the Spectrum and AT&T cable channels, and the Monona Go app, as you can with all of the other regular season games we've been covering so far this year. We've got a couple other basketball broadcasts before that, though. Join us on Thursday and next Monday. Thursday the 20th, the girls play Beaver Dam, and then Monday the 24th, the boys take on DeForest. Inbounds given to McQueenie. We start things up again after the timeout. There's Danielle Becker ahead to Schmudlock. Pass into Whitty was tipped, but she's able to recover it. Now a kick to Schmudlock on the right corner. She'll try a 3, missed everything a bit too strong. Wildcats the other way, trying to extend on their 7-point advantage. Here's Roth, kicks it over to Jersa, and in over a defender and good is Macy Stremlow. 14-5 Wildcats, 12:09 remaining first half. Becker finds Nelson, who drives it into the front court. Bounce pass into traffic, and another turnover was intended for Schmudlock. It ends up in the hands of Jersa. Now Jensen finds Jersa once again. Cross-court pass. Roth tries a 3, missed it to the right. Offensive rebound, Stremlow. She'll go up with it. Layup is short. Rebound fought for. McQueenie thought she might have had it. Wildcats get it back. Now Rowell with it on the left corner. She moves it to her right. Looks to get rid of it. She'll find Jensen, who finds Jersa. Jersa right wing. Moves to her left, then a crossover past McQueenie, and they get a block. In driving to the hoop, Jersa able to draw the block. Wildcats will inbound underneath their hoop on the baseline. And they're going to charge the foul to, I believe it was Michaela McQueenie. Yes, it was. And they just assessed a technical. Somebody was heckling either in the crowd or on the bench or something. And they've assessed a technical foul. So it's going to be 4 shots. 2 for the shooting foul, 2 for the technical. So first, Jersa's going to shoot the 2. Actually, correct that. That was not a shooting foul. That block was not a shooting foul. So she'll get just these 2. Makes the first, makes the second. So 16-5. Oh, they did give her continuation. I thought initially they did not give her continuation, but they did. She makes the third. And she's got 1 more. The 4th free throw is up and good. So Stremlow and Rath take seats. They bring all the starters back on. Verona gets the ball at half court. And I believe the technical was a team technical foul. So that's not charged to anyone on the roster. After the technical foul, Jersa tries to drive, lost it for a second. Now the ball is on the ground. Gudovich had it, and now the Silver Eagles come up with it. She lost it for a second, did Gudovich, and the Silver Eagles were able to grab the loose ball. Sydney Glynn on the other side could not hit the layup. She throws it back up after getting her own miss, and she lays it off the window and good. So under 11 minutes to go, and after all of that commotion going on, it's 18-7 Verona. Just over 7 minutes into this ball game. Rupp now controls it. Now in from Rawolf to Gudovish, and Gudovish took an extra step. Well, Monona Grove starting to get momentum back. They force the turnover, and now Schmudlock to inbound baseline left, gets it into McQueenie. Ahead it goes. Glenn will find Nelson. Lost it for a second, got it back. Nelson will find a trailing Schmudlock. Schmudlock back to Nelson. Now McQueenie lobs it in. Sydney Glenn kicks out. Becker a three. She hit it. Danielle Becker willing the Silver Eagles back into this one. She's got 6, and Monona Grove has cut the lead to 8. 18-10 Verona, 10:09 remaining first half. Rupp now controls, gives it to Rawolf. Now back to number 44, Emily Jensen. She's one of the forces on this Wildcat squad I told you to watch out for. Going up with it, Gudovish. Missed the layup short. MG the other way. Here's McQueenie into Schmudlock and turned it over. Jersa came up with it, and they're going to get a foul as Bailey Nelson ran into Gudovish, trying to knock the ball away. And with 9:47 to go in the half, the Silver Eagles are in the penalty. So once again, the foul goes to Nelson. Verona, by the way, has taken a 30-second timeout. That's their first of this game. But just over 8 minutes have gone by in this game. We're not halfway through the first half, and Monona Grove already in the penalty. So it's going to be a penalty 1-and-1 for Ellie Gudovish out of the timeout in the Verona front court. Verona moving to our left as we see it, as the Wildcats have their 5 starters on the floor. Gudovish, Jensen, Jersa, Ruppnow, and Rawolf. For Monona Grove, it's Becker, McQueenie, Nelson, Glynn, and Schmudlock. Again, this is a penalty 1-and-1. Gudovish, the front end, lets it fly. It's good. 19-10 Verona, 9:47 remaining first half. Back end of the 1-and-1 still to come. Gudovish eyes the rim, lets it fly, and it's off the back iron, no good. Addie Schmudlock grabs the rebound, sends it ahead to Sydney Glynn. Trying to spin her way around a defender, throws it up, got fouled, going up, and she'll go to the stripe for 2. Gudovish charged with the block, and Sydney Glynn will have a chance to cut it to 7. Verona went on quite a scoring run. If I recall correctly, it was an 11-0 run before the Silver Eagles scored a quick 5 points to bring it back to within 8. Glynn good on the first of 2, has one more coming up. She lets that fly and misses it off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Stremlo, who's back in for the Wildcats. Pass sent ahead and over the hands of Alexa Rupp now. It's a Wildcat turnover. And coming in will be Michaela McQueenie, subbing in for her older sister. Kaylin takes a seat on the bench. It's Schmudlock to inbound baseline left. She gets it in to Michaela McQueenie. Now Becker controls it, doubled in the backcourt. Gives to Glynn, sent it ahead, intended for Schmudlock. Jensen intercepted it, turnover Monona Grove. Wildcats back the other way. Rawolf has it top of the circle. She'll find Stremlo, and Stremlo took an extra step on the far side. So Verona turns it back over, and Monona Grove will have yet another chance to cut the lead from 8, which is the closest that they've been in quite some time, to a smaller number, 6 or possibly 5 if they hit from the bonus sphere. Nelson has it far side, bounces into Sydney Glynn, splits a defender off the window, just short, no good, rebounded by the Wildcats. Controlling for Verona is number 10, Alexa Ruppnow. Ruppnow will find Jensen. Jensen over to the far side. Bringing it around is Rupp now. High off the window, no good. Rebound tipped out to Schmudlock. Schmudlock does not have numbers. She'll find Bailey Nelson a one-on-one. Threw it off the window, no, but she was fouled. And Rauwolf guilty of the contact. So Nelson will have 2 free throws to try and cut into this 8-point deficit. And she misses the first just strong. One shot coming for Nelson. Out there alongside Becker, Schmudlock, Glynn, and Michaela McQueenie. Second free throw, no good. Rebound fought for and secured by Stremlo. Ahead it goes. Jersa's got it. She'll find Jensen just on the far side. Now a pass in, throwing it off the window and good, Macy Stremlo. Advantage 10 to Verona, and an errant pass was intended for Glynn. Wildcats pick it up. Mid-range jumper is no good off the back iron from Noelle Rauwolf. Silver Eagles secure the rebound. They're back the other way on offense. 8:12 remaining in the first half. Verona 21, Monona Grove 11. Here's Michaela McQueenie, bounces out to Bailey Nelson. Looking to drive and got bumped. Saves what could have been a turnover, and I believe that's the second one. No, they get number 22, Jersa. That's her first. Thought maybe it was the second on Rauwolf, but that is not the case. Schmudlock checks out. They'll bring Danny Whitty back in, as well as Kaylin McQueenie. But Michaela McQueenie is the one that has it, and Danielle Becker. How about Danielle Becker from distance? She just hit another one. That is her third three-point make of this contest, and she is single-handedly keeping Monona Grove in this game. Already at 9 points of the Silver Eagles 14. Verona on the other side. Stremlo lost the basketball, got it back. Now a 3-ball good on the right wing from Ali Jersa. Back to a 10-point contest, 24-14 Verona, 7.5 to go. Sydney Glynn into an open. Danny Whitty lays it off the window and good. 24-16 Wildcats, 7:18 remaining till the break. Verona works it across the timeline, looking to get their offense going once again. Rauwolf will give it off. Rupp now has it, lost in the backcourt. Jensen, they say it was tipped, so she can pick it up. Jensen will work it back into the front court with a right-hand dribble, working against Danielle Becker. Fires to the near side. Stremlo's there, looking to drive, working against Glynn. Now back to Jensen. Stremlo has it right of the lane, kicks back out. A drive inside was tipped, out of bounds, stays with Verona. It went off the hand of Danny Whitty, and we get Bailey Nelson to come back in for Michaela McQueenie. They'll also bring back Ellie Goodovich to replace Stremlo for Verona. Jersa to inbound for the Wildcats, bounces it into Jensen and flips it over the head of Becker, finding a trailing Emily Jensen. Correct that, of trailing Ali Jersa, assisted by Jensen. And the Wildcats have a 10-point advantage once again. 26-16 Verona, just under 6.5 to go. Here's Kaylin McQueenie, kicks to Danielle Becker, the hot shooter. This is her first miss. Missed it just off the left side of the iron, but Sydney Glynn grabbed the loose change and put it back up and through the net. So nice second chance bucket for the Silver Eagles. 26-18 the score. Verona with the lead in the basketball. Goodovich has it just inside the perimeter on the left corner, working against Sydney Glynn. She brings it outside the arc. Looks to get rid of it. She'll find Jersa. Jersa top of the circle, wants to get rid of it herself. Over to the far side of Rauwolf, who has it over her head. Fake the pass, now wants to drive. Rupp now with it, throws it into traffic, out of bounds, and they say kicked ball to Verona. Schmudlock will check in, and Nady Ron will check in as well for Monona Grove and Verona respectively. The inbounder is Jersa. She gets it in, and the lob up and through from Emily Jensen. The lead is back to 10, 28-18, and they're going to get Ron for her second. Got the reach in. And the clock is running. They may be running the clock to correct for the error that just happened. Well, now they're going to reset it. The clock was running for about 10 seconds or so. So they're going to have to put that time back on. It's going to be Monona Grove ball underneath the hoop. Baseline right to inbound, and they have corrected it to 5.5 minutes. Schmudlock to inbound baseline right, gets it into Glenn. We're back underway. Kaylin McQueenie controls it, brings it to the right elbow. Wanted to get rid of it, was intended, I think, for Schmudlock, but it was tipped and intercepted. Wildcats the other way. With it right of the lane is number 10, Ruppnow. She'll find Rauwolf, who in turn finds Jersa. Now Jensen, a right wing three. That's off the front rim, no good. And MG will let it go out of bounds on the rebound. Bailey Nelson to do the honors, and she'll inbound it to Kaylin McQueenie. 5 minutes to go till the break. Verona 28, Monona Grove 18. Pass goes to Schmudlock on the far side. Now Nelson over her head looks to get it in. Back to Schmudlock it goes. She'll try a three. That's around and out, no good. Rebound tipped and out of bounds to Verona. They say off the hand, I believe, of Sydney Glynn. That's what it looked like from up here anyways. So Verona goes the other way. As with the basketball, Ali Jersa, one of Verona's leading scorers. She'll send it to the near side. Jensen is there. Then gets it to Rauwolf near half court. Working against Bailey Nelson. Now Jersa's got it back. Working around a defender. Lost it. And out of bounds to Monona Grove. Jersa thought she got fouled, so she was trying to throw it up in an attempt to draw the whistle and get 2 free throws out of it, but there was no contact. So the Silver Eagles will take over on a turnover. McQueenie will send to Sydney Glynn. MG down 10, looking to cut into the lead as the final minutes of the first half tick away. Kaylin McQueenie throws up a 3-ball, misses it off the back iron, no good. Lost the rebound, did Goodovish, and getting fouled, count the basket, Addie Schmudlock. She draws the and one, and that will put the Verona Wildcats into the penalty. Jensen hit with her first personal. So both teams in the penalty with 4:07 to play in the first as we get an and one opportunity for Addie Schmudlock. 28-20 pending the free throw. She makes it, so make it 28-21 Verona. Inbounds given to Noelle Rauwolf, who goes the other way for the Wildcats. Trying to answer on the offensive side of the basketball. Verona has found an answer every time the Silver Eagles have tried to cut into the lead. Jensen has it far wing, gives it off. Ruppnow's there. Now a kick to the far side. Jersa against Danny Whitty. Lost it for a second, got it back, and they get a whistle and a foul. Whitty caught the arm of Jersa, and that'll be a penalty 1-1. Whitty's first personal, by the way, 8th team foul, so once again a penalty 1-1 for Ali Jersa. Front end is up and good. 29-21 Verona, 3:43 remaining first half. Now the back end of the penalty 1-1 as Jersa eyes the rim. Couple bounces to the basketball, lets it fly and hits it. 30-21, Silver Eagles trailing, but they have the basketball. A chance to make it a 2-possession game with a 3. McQueenie works around a defender, lays it off the window and good. May have gotten bumps, but not enough to warrant a foul. It's 30-23. 3.5 minutes to go till halftime. Verona back in the offensive front court. Rauwolf with it. Silver Eagle bench trying to keep the momentum high. Jersa works around, mid-range jumper, too strong, missed it. Rebound Danielle Becker. Becker gives it off to Kaylin McQueenie, who works it into the Monona Grove front court. Bounce pass inside. Sydney Glynn is there. Glynn with it, hands back off to McQueenie, and McQueenie works it to the right elbow. Back out to Sydney Glynn, around a defender, lays it up, no. She tried to get it off to Danielle Whitty, and it was intercepted. Rawolf going the other way for the Wildcats, trying to answer back on the 7-point advantage that Monona Grove has cut this game to. Jersa back out. Now Jensen's got it right at the lane. Jersa outside the 3-point line. She's able to skate around all of the MG defenders, laid it up and in off the glass. Nobody there to stop her, and it's 32-23. Monona Grove trailing once again. 2:24 to go till the break. Here's Kaylin McQueenie just inside the arc. Sydney Glynn, mid-range jumper, she answers right back. 32-25 Verona, 2:15 remaining in the first. Controlling it for Verona, number 10, Alexa Rupp now. Correct that, it's Rawolf, and an offensive foul. Rawolf ran into Sydney Glynn, and Glynn, in drawing the charge, forces another Verona turnover. They get a substitution. Whitty's going to check out. Bailey Nelson checks in. As for the Wildcats, in there for the first time is Riley Hansen, the sophomore. In there for the first time tonight anyways, alongside Stremlow. In the MG front court, Glynn will open up, and a 3-ball, no good from McQueenie. Rebound fought for. And do we get a held ball? We do. We get a held ball, Arrow Monona Grove, with 1:50 to go. Everybody on the floor fighting for that, so dual possession. Schmudlock to inbound. She'll get it in to Kaylin McQueenie, who scoops around the defense, lays it up and in off the glass. A 5-point game with 1:42 till the break. And the Silver Eagle crowd starting to get back into this one. They were down 11 at one point. Here's Hansen working around a screen, finds Jersa. Jersa spins back out and kicks it to Jensen on the far side. Now back with it, Rupp now, working against McQueenie. To the near corner, Hansen with it, takes a step inside, kicks it back out. Jensen a 3 and missed everything short. Rebound was saved, goes to number 10 Rupp now, who missed the second chance jumper a little bit short herself. Approaching the final minute of the half, Nelson the other way for the Silver Eagles. McQueenie finds Sydney Glynn. A 1-on-2, Glynn around the defense. She cuts through 2 Wildcats and lays it off the glass and good. This is a 3-point game. 53 seconds remaining in the half. Rupp now has it in the Verona backcourt. Now with it, Jersa has to get it across that timeline as Nelson guarding her, and they forced a 10-second violation. Jersa in the backcourt for a bit too long. And the MG Silver Eagles have forced another turnover. Schmudlock to inbound on the near sideline. 44 seconds and counting in the half. Bailey Nelson now far side. Wants to get rid of it. Opens up Becker. It seems like this is the end of the game. It's only the end of the first half. Becker caught. Now Glynn has it. Has to save it. Schmudlock a 3. Missed it short. Rebounded by Stremlau going the other way, and they get a foul on the floor. 24.4 remaining on the game clock in this first half. And they assess it to Bailey Nelson. It's her second. That is another penalty 1-and-1, so they're going to let Michaela McQueenie come in and substitute for Nelson, who's got 2 fouls. So Stremlau's got a penalty 1-and-1. The front end, she lets it fly. Missed it short. Rebound secured by Becker. Silver Eagles have a chance to get the last shot if they wish. 20 seconds. Ahead it goes to Sydney Glynn. Works around a defender. Off the window, got fouled. And she'll be going back to the free throw line. That's the 9th team foul on Verona. Both teams will be over the limit with their next illegal contact. Stremlau guilty of the contact. It's her first personal. Sydney Glynn's got 2 shots. A chance to cut this game to 1 point at the half if she can make both. And the first one rattles in, out, and back in again. 32-30, Verona with the lead. 16.5 seconds remaining in the first. Sydney Glynn a chance to make it a 1-point game, and it scoops over the front rim and good. 32-31. That point will be added in a second. There it is. 13 seconds to go. Verona a chance for the final shot of the half. Into the front court goes Jersa to the near side. Hansen's got it. Hansen, hands off. Jensen controls. Back to Jersa. 2 seconds. 1 second. No foul. No shot. Halftime in Monona. The horn sounds, and a chaotic end to the first half sees Monona Grove go from down 18-7 to ending the half on a 24-14 scoring run. And this, folks, is a 1-point game at the midway break. 32 for Verona, 31 for Monona Grove. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes for the start of our second half of action. You're listening to Silver Eagle Girls Varsity Basketball on Monona Community Media and the Monona Go app. It is halftime here at Monona Grove High School in the number 10 in Division I ranked Verona Wildcats, up just 1 point on the home team Monona Grove Silver Eagles, 32-31 at the break. Verona from the field, just over 33%, 9 of 24 from inside and outside the arc combined, 2 of 9 from distance. But the reason why they are ahead in this one, 12 of 15 at the free throw line. They have gotten there 3 times as much as the Silver Eagles, who are 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. However, the Silver Eagles are shooting slightly better from the field, just under 50% overall, 12 of 25 in the first half, 3 of 10 from distance. All 3 of those makes coming from Danielle Becker, who's got 9 points. Sydney Glynn with 11. And the rest of the points are all accounted for by Kaylin McQueenie, Danny Whitty, and Addie Schmudlock. So the 5 starters are the only ones who have scored so far in tonight's game. We'll see if the Silver Eagles can get their bench points up in the second half. They do have the same 5 to start this one as they did in the first half. Same case for Verona. Wildcats have the arrow coming out of the break, so they start with the first possession of the second half as we are underway. Wildcats moving to our rights, and Emily Jensen catches a lob and banks it off the window and good. So the Wildcats open the second half with a bucket, and they lead at 34-31, opening minute second half. Here's Kaylin McQueenie. Drives, splits 2 defenders. Now Danielle Becker back out. Sydney Glynn will try a 3, misses it short. Rebound secured by Gudovish. Wildcats back the other way as Silver Eagles come up empty on their first possession. Now here comes Ellie Jersa and the Wildcats. Jensen has it right in the lane, kicks back out. Rupp now is there, working to her left against Schmudlock. An open 3 ball on the way, too strong. The miss from Noelle Rauwolf. Monona Grove the other way, just under a minute into this one. Becker with a bit of space on the left wing, decides not to try the triple. McQueenie has it outside the arc, looks to get it in. Now Sydney Glynn controls. Glynn just inside the perimeter, hands off to Becker, who will have to get rid of it herself. Finds Glynn. Glynn will kick out. McQueenie, a drive, nothing there. Tries to spin around a defender, bounces it into Danny Whitty, could not finish the layup. She left it short off the glass, and the Wildcats go the other way. Here's Rauwolf with it. Works through the defense. Bounce pass into traffic, and the layup good off glass from Alexa Rupp now. 36-31. Wildcats open the half on a 4-0 run. About a minute 45 into this one, a minute 45 into the second half, as Becker gets the pass from McQueenie. Now Whitty controls it, looking to get rid of it. Bounce pass, or not a bounce pass, attempted to get it into Becker, and it was intercepted by Ali Jersa. Wildcats the other way. They've kept the Silver Eagles scoreless through 2 halves, or 2 minutes of the second half, rather. As the ball goes out of bounds near sideline, stays with Verona. Jersa to inbound, and she'll send it into the backcourt. Emily Jensen, a slow walk across the timeline. Working against Becker, sends it to Gudovish. Gudovish promptly doubled, tries to drive, spins, kicks back out. Now Jersa has it far side, not much working there. Jersa sends it in to Rauwolf, who works it back outside the perimeter. Jensen with a bit of space, able to put up a 3 thanks to a screen, but can't hit it. Left it a bit short. Now Sydney Glynn ahead of the MG front court. She'll kick it to the far side. Schmudlock is there. Right hand dribble once, and then hands off to McQueenie. McQueenie finding Glynn once again. Glynn looks to hand it off. McQueenie now back to Glynn, and Glynn lost it out of bounds. It stays, though. Off the hand of Emily Jensen. And the Silver Eagles keep it in their front court. Schmudlock to inbound. Will get it into McQueenie. She'll try and work around a defender. Has to kick it back out. Becker with some space from 3. Around and out, no good. Starting to cool off a little bit from distance is Danielle Becker, and the rebound goes to the Wildcats. 3 minutes into the second half. Verona 36, Monona Grove 31. A pass inside Gudovish, and Schmudlock takes it away after Gudovish almost lost it out of bounds. And a chaotic sequence on the other side as Silver Eagles trying to lob it to Schmudlock, and she could not hit. On the other side, a floater from Rauwolf is no good. Off the back iron, too strong. Sydney Glenn ahead against Gudovish. Schmudlock from 3. That's good, right wing. Addie Schmudlock cuts it back to a 2-point game and opens the scoring for the Silver Eagles in the second half. 14-17 remaining in this one. Verona 36, Monona Grove 34. And the Silver Eagles will try, or rather the Wildcats will try and answer. Getting bumped was Alexa Rupp now, and she'll shoot. No, they say it was an off-ball foul. So as Rupp now shot that, they had an off-ball foul. So the Wildcats will keep it. Foul, by the way, is assessed to Danny Whitty. It's her second personal and the first for either team. Inbound intended for Stremlows, in for the Wildcats, was taken away, and now Becker back into the MG front court. Looks to get rid of it, pivots, finds Schmudlock. She'll try a 3 over a defender, almost banks it off the window, but a bit too strong. Rebounded by the Wildcats. 13:50 to go in this one. Verona still leading at 36-34. Rauwolf controls it, lost it, turnover. Silver Eagles the other way. Here's McQueenie off the window. No offensive rebound. Schmudlock, and she threw it up, got fouled. And she'll have a chance to tie this game if she can make 2 shots. Jensen assessed her second personal. And Addie Schmudlock, a chance first with this one, can cut it to 1. Couple bounces of the basketball, takes a deep breath, lets it fly, and it's good. Nothing but nets on that one, an absolute perfect free throw. And now this one to tie it. 36-35 Verona, pending the free throw. It's on the way, it misses short, rebounded by Stremlow. Wildcats up 1, Jensen driving, doubled, kicks out, tipped out of bounds by Danny Whitty. That'll give the Silver Eagle defense a chance to set up in the front court as Jersa will inbound. Jersa looking, still looking, and gets it into Ruppnow. Ruppnow a distance away is Schmudlock, and now Jensen will find a trailing Stremlow. Stremlow puts it up. Layup is too strong. Rebounded by McQueenie. McQueenie ahead to Addie Schmudlock. Off the window, good. The Silver Eagles have taken the lead. They have taken the lead after being down at one point, 18-7. They have gone on a 30-18 scoring run since that point early on in the first half. 13 minutes to go. Monona Grove up 1. Wildcats slowing down their offense. Rauwolf controls it. She gives it off. Now Jersa has it. Pivots in the paint, has to kick it back out. Jensen resets the Wildcat offense. Jensen moves it to the wing. Now Stremlow wanted to get it inside, nothing there. Hands off. Rupp now moves it to the left elbow, kicks it back out. Silver Eagles are feeling it. They're up 1 on the number 10 ranked team in Division I. Stremlow may have drawn a foul, and they got a held ball. Danielle Becker was able to pancake it, as we say over in the officiating community. She got a flat hand on that basketball as Jersa was driving, and that is considered dual possession. The arrow favors Monona Grove, so it is a turnover essentially. Not recorded as one, but the dual possession arrow forces the turnover, and now the Silver Eagles have a chance to extend on their 1-point lead. Schmudlock right corner in the front court. Finds a trailing Becker, almost lost it, but got it back. Becker back to Schmudlock. Schmudlock is trapped in the corner. She's able to find Becker once again. Becker gets rid of it. McQueenie controls, and McQueenie may have gotten bumped. No whistle. McQueenie gets it back. They'll say it was tipped, so McQueenie able to dribble again. Becker to Schmudlock, misses the 3 off the back iron from the left corner, and Verona secures the rebound. Under 12 minutes to go in this one. Monona Grove 37, Verona 36. Here's Rauwolf on the far side against McQueenie, looking to drive against her. Rauwolf pivots in the paint, has to kick it back out. Now Rupnow against Schmudlock. Rupnow doubled, lost it. Turnover Verona. Ahead goes McQueenie, finds Bailey Nelson, throws it up off the window too strong. Rebound is fought for and a foul on the floor. It'll go against Monona Grove. I believe they hit Bailey Nelson. No, they get McQueenie. Either way, it's McQueenie's third. And she'll take a seat on the bench, as will Danielle Becker. They bring Michaela McQueenie back in, and Danny Whitty is in there as well. Wildcats make a couple substitutions of their own. Ron is out there, and she controls right wing. 3-ball from Jensen is around and out, no good. Offensive rebound was no good from Goodovish as she put it back up, but the Wildcats got it back again. Now Ron on the wing. Jersa working against Whitty, lost it out of bounds, turnover. Out of bounds to Monona Grove, and the Silver Eagles have the momentum right now. Still a long ways to go in this game, but with 11 minutes left, they're certainly feeling good about where they sit. Here's Michaela McQueenie, bounce pass to Sydney Glenn. On the top of the circle. Thought about handing it off to Bailey Nelson, instead gives it to the freshman McQueenie. Gets it right back from her. Sydney Glenn got bumped and tripped up, draws the whistle and a foul. And Monona Grove will inbound from the baseline. Goodovish charged with the personal. Both teams at 2 fouls in the half with 10:44 to go. Schmudlock to inbound, finds Michaela McQueenie, who works around a defender, has to get rid of it, finds Nelson. Bailey Nelson bounces, or rather chest passes right back to Michaela McQueenie. Michaela doubled, has to pivot out, and gives it to Sydney Glenn. Now McQueenie gets it back. Driving right in the lane, finds Nelson. Nelson doubled, lost it. Turnover Monona Grove. Verona the other way, trying to take the lead back. Here's Ron on the right wing. Will open up Jensen, a 3-ball, around and out, no good. Rebound fought for and comes away. Does Bailey Nelson. The officials are congregating. One had a foul. And they decide it's a foul. They'll give it to Raoul Wolf for bumping into Bailey Nelson, trying to fight for the basketball. So the Silver Eagles will keep possession. Inbounds given to McQueenie in the backcourt, and that's a turnover. Pass was blocked and going the other way. Count it, and a foul. Noelle Raoul Wolf drew the contact, and she'll get a chance to extend the Verona advantage. The foul, by the way, is on Michaela McQueenie. It's her second. Verona leads it 38-37, 10:03 to go in this contest. Raoul Wolf, the and one opportunity, lets it fly, and it rattles through. 39-37 Verona, 10 minutes or so left in this game. Michaela McQueenie tipped. Becker controls it. On the near side, wants to get rid of it, bounces to Glenn. Glenn with a bit of space now. Fakes the handoff to Whitty, scoops around the defense, lays it up and in. We're tied again. 39 apiece, 9:40 remaining. Here's Raoul Wolf on the far side against Nelson. Works around a screen. Raoul Wolf just inside the perimeter. And open Jersa for 3. That's good left wing. Verona takes a 3-point advantage. 42-39 Wildcats, 9:25 remaining. McQueenie works it across the timeline. Drives, lost it in the paint and turns it over. Goodovish comes up with the basketball. Hands off to Jersa. Jersa pressured in the backcourt, works around Whitty, gets just inside the perimeter. Now Jensen looking to drive, will kick back out to Jersa. Jersa against McQueenie, and a blocking foul is called against Danny Whitty. That's her third. Monona Grove at 4 fouls in the half, and they're going to give her continuation. They say Jersa was going into the gather, and that will award Jersa with 2 free throws. She hits the first. That makes it 43-39 Verona, 9:04 remaining. One shot coming for Ali Jersa, the Wildcat junior. Second free throw off the back iron, no good, rebounded by Danny Whitty. MG back the other way, down by 4, looking to make this a 1-possession game once again as Sydney Glynn controls top of the circle. Glynn dribbles with the right hand, has to give it up, gives it Kaylin McQueenie. McQueenie working around a screen, gives off to Whitty. Whitty cross-court pass, Nelson is there. Nelson finds Becker, back to Glynn. Now back to McQueenie on the far side. And McQueenie thought she got fouled, tried to throw up a shot. No luck, turnover, Monona Grove. Verona the other way. Jersa will find, I believe that's Stremlo, has it on the far side. Correct that, it's Rauwolf. Stremlo on the bench right now. Here's Rath to Jensen on the far wing. Bounce pass into traffic, and Gudovic lost it. Gudovic lost it. Bailey Nelson controls right at midcourt. Silver Eagles kick to the corner. Schmudlock a drive. No, correct that. Is Danny Whitty, and she stepped on the baseline trying to drive her. Did she get fouled? She got fouled. She got fouled, and Gudovic has 3 now. So both teams with 4 fouls with 8:09 to go. And now Stremlo will check back in. Gudovic will take a seat on the bench with 3 personals. Danielle Becker bounces into Sydney Glynn. MG another chance to cut this to a one-possession game. Becker back to Bailey Nelson. Nelson a drive against Jensen. Couldn't hit it. May have even been blocked, but don't know for certain. Either way, Wildcats back the other way. Jersa has it. She'll find Rauwolf. Rauwolf against Nelson, trying to work around the defense. Now doubled. Kick to the corner. Jensen a 3-ball. That's good from the right corner. And the Wildcats have grown this lead back to 7. We got a whistle and a timeout called by MG coach Jalen Walker, and this will be a full timeout. 7:39 remaining, second half. Verona 46, Monona Grove 39. And Verona, by the way, in their first playoff matchup next week, they will take on number 13 seed Watertown. That's in the Division I bracket, with the winner of Verona Watertown getting the winner of Madison Memorial and Middleton. The winner of Monona Grove Delavan next Friday will get either Edgewood, the number 1 ranked team in Division II, or if they are upset by the winner of Fort Atkinson, the 8th seed, and Jefferson, the 9 seed, that winner would come to the winner of MG and Delavan. But Edgewood, a force to be reckoned with. So if they do get upset, don't expect them to go down easily. Five on the floor for the Silver Eagles: Kaylin McQueenie, Bailey Nelson, Sydney Glynn, Danielle Becker, and Addie Schmudlock. They'll inbound in their backcourt after a made basket was when the timeout was called. MG will try and cut into a 7-point deficit. McQueenie takes the inbound, and she'll work it across the midcourt stripe without much of a press from the Wildcats. Bounce pass into Sydney Glynn. Now back out to McQueenie it goes. McQueenie trying to drive around a defender. Kicks to Schmudlock. Becker open for 3. Left wing misses it. Strong offensive rebound. Schmudlock, she'll pull back up, and she missed it left on the mid-range jumper. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Ahead it goes to Jersa. Jersa waits for numbers, then finds Jensen. Now Ron with it. Ron back to midcourt. Rauwolf is there, trying to slow things down, bleed a little bit of clock out. Rauwolf near half court, and she'll move it to the far side against McQueenie. Works around McQueenie. Stops on the left elbow. Now Jensen, a 3-ball. Makes it. It looked short at first, but she just snuck it over the window, and it touched nothing. And now McQueenie an unforced error, stepped on the baseline, or stepped over the baseline rather, on the inbound. So a 3-point make and then a prompt turnover means Verona will get the basketball right back. Inbound from Jersa to a cutting Emily Jensen. She could not hit. Second chance did not get there, but the third one drew a whistle and a foul, and now Stremlo's going to the free throw line. Nelson guilty of 3. Monona Grove guilty of 5 in the second half. Stremlo's first attempt on the way, around and out, no good. 49-39, Verona leads Monona Grove with 6:42 remaining. Second on the way for Stremlo, and she hits it. 50-39, the Wildcats lead it by 11. 6:35 to go and counting in this one. Sydney Glynn takes a step beyond the perimeter, then hands off to Nelson. Now Becker tries to drive, nothing there. Bounces into McQueenie. McQueenie finds Glynn, floats it up over 2 defenders, and over the front rim and good. Lead cut to 9, 50-41. Verona leads it. They have the basketball, 6:13 and counting. As with the basketball, Noel Rowolf finds Jersa on the far side, almost lost it out of bounds, but gets it back. Jersa around a screen, kicks back to the far side. Now Rowolf gets it back. Reverse layup is off the rim and in from Noel Rowolf. Back to an 11-point contest. 52-41, Monona Grove trailing, but they have the basketball. As a bounce pass in, Sydney Glynn controls it. Dropped a defender, and now Schmudlock has it on the far side. She'll hand off to McQueenie, who finds Sydney Glynn top of the circle. Glynn trying to drive and got fouled. No shot attempts, so they'll inbound from the baseline left, but Glynn was able to draw the contact. That's Ron's third personal for the Wildcats, and Verona down to just 1 foul to give. Danny Whitty will inbound from the 28-foot line. She lobs it in to Sydney Glynn. Glynn hands off to Addie Schmudlock. Would have taken the 3 if she had a bit more space. Instead, Sydney Glynn cuts through the defense but can't finish the layup. And they're going to get a foul on the rebound as Jersa controlled it and Sydney Glynn wrapped her arm around the body of Jersa. That's Glynn's second, and Monona Grove out of fouls to give. Next one will put them in the penalty. Whitty guards the inbound very loosely. Inbound given to Rowolf for the Wildcats. Rowolf working around McQueenie, moves it to the far side, then kicks to Jensen. And Jensen lost it. Becker comes up with it. 2-on-1. Now bounce pass from McQueenie to Schmudlock, who's trapped left of the lane. She fades, turns, and fires, and she hits from mid-range. How about that from Addie Schmudlock? She's got 11, and the lead is back down to 9. Under 5 minutes to go. Jensen with some space, tries a 3, hits a 3, left wing. Anytime Monona Grove has tried to get on a little run, Verona has always had an answer with the score. We have a kick ball violation on the other side. Rowolf kicked it off her leg. So the Silver Eagles will keep it. Schmudlock will inbound. And she'll get it into McQueenie. 4:40 to go. MG down 12. Running out of time to come back. Schmudlock has it on the left corner. She'll give to McQueenie, trying to work around a couple of screens. McQueenie cuts off the window and good. And the lead is back down to 10. 4:22 remaining in this one. If you want to get back from down 12, that's the way to start it. As Rowolf controls, she's got some space between her and McQueenie. Now Rowolf splits 2 defenders, tries to throw it up off the window. No good, but an offensive rebound, and Stremlo couldn't hit. Rebound secured once again by Rowolf, and the Wildcats have a third chance on offense. Under 4 minutes to go now in the second as the feed goes into Rath. Layup short. Rebound fought for. Verona's got another chance. And this time, after 3 missed opportunities, Stremlo is able to put it up and through to make it 57-45. And I believe it was a Verona timeout that happened. Correct that. It's a Silver Eagle timeout. This will be a full timeout as we have less than 4 minutes remaining in this one. Verona looking for their 21st win so far this season. Chance to set themselves up for a deep playoff run. Silver Eagles out of fouls to give, so if it gets closer, the next MG foul does put them in the penalty. Keep that in mind as we get closer to the end of this one. Nobody in real foul trouble here. Gudovish, Ron, and Rauwolf each have 3 for the Wildcats. Kaylin McQueenie, Bailey Nelson, and Danny Whitty each have 3 for the Silver Eagles. But nobody in danger of fouling out with 3:47 to go. That may change down the stretch. It'll be Danielle Becker to inbound in the MG backcourt. And she'll get it into Kaylin McQueenie. We're back underway. McQueenie takes it across the timeline. MG trying to come back from 12 down. Schmudlock finds McQueenie. McQueenie approaches the arc, then kicks back out. Becker a 3 ball, misses off the back iron, and lost out of bounds, stays with Monona Grove. They say off the hand of Ali Jersa. So MG will get another chance with 3:29 remaining. Inbounds given to Sydney Glenn. Now Danny Whitty with some space. Keeps that pivot foot planted, then drives herself, and an offensive foul. And now Danny Whitty is in danger of fouling out, as that's her 4th. The Whitty foul puts the Silver Eagles in the penalty, but because it's an offensive foul, no 1-and-1 is taken. And now the Wildcats can start to bleed out the clock here late in this one. Near half court is Rauwolf with it. She moves it now to top of the circle and finds a trailing Jersa. Back to Rauwolf it goes on the far side. Rauwolf gets around McQueenie, lobs it in. Stremlo off the window, no. Grabs her own miss, out of bounds to Verona. Inbounding from baseline rights will be Ali Jersa. And she lobs it into Jensen. Jensen's promptly doubled, and we get a jump ball. McQueenie and I believe Whitty or Becker able to force the held ball. Arrow favors Verona, so they'll inbound once again. As Jersa looking, finds a cutting Jensen off the window, too strong. Offensive rebound Stremlo, and she puts it back up and through. 59-45 Verona, 2:38 to play. And the Silver Eagles may empty the bench soon, if my predictions are correct. Sydney Glenn missed the layup short, but grabbed the miss and put it back up and through. Cuts it to a 12-point game. 59-47, Verona with the lead in the basketball. 2:20 to go in this one. Here's Rauwolf on the far side, once again just trying to bleed the clock down. MG will not foul yet. And now Schmudlock comes over to help guard her. Ball is on the floor, it's loose, turnover. Becker finds Schmudlock, sheds a defender, throws it up off the window, count it, off the back iron rather, and good for an and one opportunity. 59-49 as Jersa commits her second. The and one from Addie Schmudlock is no good. Sydney Glenn tips the rebound. It's up in the air. Schmudlock controls it. MG down 10, 2 minutes to go. Now Bailey Nelson back out. Schmudlock finds McQueenie. She'll try a right wing three, misses off the back iron, rebounded by Rauwolf, and Verona looking to get it into their front court. Jersa gets it across the magical timeline. Jersa may have been fouled. They don't call it, and a pass inside from Ron intended, I believe, for Stremlo was intercepted. MG back the other way. They got to start trying some buckets. Sydney Glynn got fouled, counted and one. Hang on a minute. Silver Eagles not out of it just yet. They've cut it from 14 to 8 in a matter of about a minute as they charge the foul to number 44, Emily Jensen. The and one opportunity is off the back iron, no good. Verona secures the rebound. And now Rauwolf trying to take it across the timeline. She does so successfully. Silver Eagles will play the foul game presumably with 1:18 to go. Jensen controls it, lost it. They do get a foul, and I believe they're gonna hit Becker. That's only her first, but Monona Grove is in the penalty, so it's gonna be a 1-and-1. 59-51 Verona, 1:16 remaining. This game not over just yet. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 60-51 Verona. And Emily Jensen's got one more opportunity. Chance to get her 15th point if she can hit this free throw. And it's around and out, no good. Offensive rebound fought for, was secured by Stremlo for a second, and then she lost it. MG back in their front court, down by 9. McQueenie to Nelson, opens up Becker. She'll try a three. That's good. And a timeout taken by Jalen Walker. Stop the clock at 1:02 and hold on just a minute, folks. This will be a 30-second timeout, 1 minute, 2 seconds remaining. Verona 60, Monona Grove 54. Just about a minute and a half of game time ago, this game was a 14-point contest. And the Silver Eagles have cut it to 6. Now, Coach Walker only has one more timeout in his pocket should he need it. Verona, by the way, has 4. Five on the floor for Monona Grove. Schmudlock, Nelson, McQueenie, Becker, and Glynn. And for the Wildcats, it's Jersa, Ron, alongside Stremlo, Jensen, and Rauwolf. Rauwolf takes the inbound, is guarded by McQueenie, and they're going to get a foul on McQueenie to stop the clock at 57.6. That's McQueenie's 4th. It'll be a penalty 1-and-1 for Noelle Rauwolf. Front end is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Nelson. MG the other way into their front court, down 6. 53 seconds to go. Ball's taken away. Jersa has it. They'll have to play the foul game again. Rauwolf ahead to Jersa. And is McQueenie going to take her 5th? No. It's taken away by Schmudlock. And now Rauwolf has it. It's going to McQueenie, and now Schmudlock driving in, got bumped. What a chaotic turn of events that was. Monona Grove does not have to foul and put themselves in the double bonus. They charge the foul to Stremlo, and now Schmudlock is going to shoot 2. The officials are going to congregate here, make sure they get this right. And now they've made it on the floor. They're saying on the floor, so that makes it a 1-and-1, and the front end's good. So she gets the second one anyways. 60 for Verona, Monona Grove 55. Back end of the 1-and-1. coming up for Schmudlock. Deep breath, lets it fly. That one's short. Rebound secured by Rauwolf, and now she's going to go back to the line. This time it'll be for the double bonus as the Silver Eagles are over the limit. Verona's in the penalty. Silver Eagles over the limit. That's their 10th team foul. And the foul goes to McQueenie, so her night is done. And she gets a round of applause as her little sister Michaela McQueenie checks in to replace her. 34.3 on the game clock. Verona 60, Monona Grove 55. Wildcats shooting 2 in the hands of Noelle Rauwolf. And the first is good. This to make it a 3-possession game. Rauwolf lets it fly, and it's good. 62-55, MG quickly inbounds. Here's Michaela McQueenie. Looks for something, lobs into Sydney Glynn. Glynn working against Stremlo. 3-ball from Becker is no good. Stremlo secures the rebound. Rauwolf gets it ahead to Jersa. Jersa lost it. Back it goes out to Ron. MG will foul, and they stop it at 14.1. The foul assessed to Schmudlock. Second personal. Once again, Silver Eagles over the limit. And the first of 2 free throws rattles home. So Ron has basically iced this game. 63-55, make it 64-55. The second free throw good. McQueenie takes the inbound. Ahead it goes to Nelson. Becker, sidestep, 3-ball, misses. Rebound, Glynn, off the window, good. And Sydney Glynn will make the last bucket of this game. Wildcats are able to eat out the rest of the clock on the inbound, and Rauwolf secures the basketball. Verona secures the victory. Well, this game turned out a lot closer than I thought it was going to, given that with about 2.5 minutes left, the Wildcats were up 14. Monona Grove rallies back just a little bit to make things interesting toward the end, but the Wildcats keep a 2-loss season, and they finish this one with a final of 64-57. The Wildcats victorious tonight. Be sure you tune in once again on Thursday. Same tip time, 7:15 Central. Owen Hinthorn will take you through the girls' game against Beaver Dam, and he'll also be there for the boys' game next Monday, February 24th, 7:15 p.m. tip. Boys' game against DeForest. Owen Hinthorn on the call for that one. That's all I got for you tonight. For Brennan Hekimovich, Will Nimmo, and the entire rest of our AV crew, once again tonight's final score, Verona 64, Monona Grove 57. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you Thursday night for MG Beaver Dam. And be sure you tune in next week for the girls' playoffs as well. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.